welcome guests. I was born in Tampico. And no, sorry. Have you ever said, there is a part of me who wants to do this, but another part of me is not so sure, or even disagrees? So in today's speech, I'm going to tell you how I got acquainted with my own parts. I was born in Tampico, and I lived most of my childhood years over there. But my parents were from the central part of Mexico. So every year, in Christmas time, we would go to visit them, about 12 hours by road. However, I was happy with the traveling because I could see through the windows the landscape, the scenarios, the beautiful crop fields. I would get to try new foods once we got to Michoacan. And I was so amazed by the diversity. And that's how my adventurer side got on board in my life. Do you have an adventurer who loves to travel, to get to know new people and new foods? Raise your hand.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. My father had a furniture business, and he would spend most of the week working there very hard. But during the weekends, we would go to his ranch every weekend because it was his passion. And at the beginning, I was happy as a child, animals and the lecture. But after every weekend doing the same, guess what? I was getting bored. So my mom gave me a book to get me entertained. And guess what? I became an avid reader. Whatever I could get my hands on, a comic book, a newspaper, a new novel, I would just read through it. And that's how my learner got insight as well. Do you have a part of you who enjoys absorbing knowledge, exploring new topics?
Yes.
Awesome. Actually, it was a book that inspired me to choose my major. I chose to be surrounded by travelers. So I studied hospitality business and tourism. And I did so in beautiful Mazatlan City. And I was quite happy, but I remember my father's words. There was a warning. As soon as you graduate from college, you are on your own. No more financial help here. Sponsorship will be over. And that's what's getting me nervous, like graduation day was coming closer. I was nervous, I was worried, but there was also this fire inside of me. I was getting motivated too. And that's how that combination actually made my driven part show up in my life. And oh boy, that driven part was ready for action. The first thing he did was take an inventory. Oh, if we want to get a job after we graduate, we better improve your English, So he got us into an exchange program in a university in Michigan. So I was trying to practice the little English I had back then and trying to survive the freezing winter because I got there in January. Winter was not coming, winter was there. Okay? So I came back, I'm ready. Now my driven part said, English, everyone speaks English. We need an additional language. Why don't we learn French? French? And as soon as I could realize, I was already in Paris because I got a job working as a babysitter. I will actually get food board, food, lodging, a little bit of pocket money so I can survive. But who needs money when you are wandering the beautiful streets of Paris and just breathing the air and the history and the culture? So I came back and I was like, I'm ready for my job. But the driven part said, yeah, you know what? National, everyone can work in the country. We need to find a job overseas. And I'm like, huh? As soon as I realized, my driven part, got a job in Disney. I was working at this beautiful Disney hotel as a front desk hostess, welcoming people from all over the world, inviting them to enjoy the magic. And of course, by then, I believed in magic. So this is how my driven part just kept pushing me because it was never satisfied. It was never happy. After Paris, it was like, oh, okay, time to go and embark. Embark where? To a cruise line. Come on, we go there. And here it was, crossing the beautiful oceans of the Caribbean, stepping into a new country every day. But I started to hear this little voice inside of me. What's going on? Finally, my relaxed part showed up, and this part was exhausted. I just wanted to stop and rest. So, guess what? For the first time, I listened, and I actually stopped. And hey, was I aware of these voices back then when this happened?
Yeah.
No. I became aware now in my current job as a coach. So this is how I accompany my clients to get to identify their own parts and how they are impacting their own decisions and their lives and the results. Do we get to get rid of the relaxation part and stay with the driven that sounds so exciting? No, we get to balance them both because we need them both to be able to have a conscious, sustainable life. So I want to ask you now, what part of you brought you here to Toastmasters? What part of you actually is asking you right now to follow a dream? And what part of you is not so sure and maybe is against it? Just become curious and hold this space. This is space where you can listen to all of these different voices or cells or parts. They all have their own values. They all have their own dreams. And as we listen to all of them, we can go ahead and determine what's the best for us. And the effort is worth it because at the end, you will flourish.
¡Bravo!